Hello and welcome to another Councillors update here on the Serenity Resource Connector. If this is your first time tuning in, I am Winsome Sharia-Witto, the host and executive producer for this space. And we have been engaging with the councillors across the parish of Clarendon. If this is your first time joining us, you would have missed a total of 40 divisions so far because we do 2 divisions each month. And so we're going to be looking at another 2 divisions on this program, focusing on Mocho and Tollgate divisions with Councillors Morris and McDonald. For those who have been journeying with us here on the Serenity Resource Connector each Thursday at 8 p.m., welcome back. It's always a pleasure to have you here. And you know how we do it here. You can share in the comments. If you have questions, comments, recommendations, concerns, you go ahead and share it in the comments and we will seek to address them as we go through the discussions. So, of the divisions that we have engaged so far, I've had the opportunity of going through some of them since the discussion. Frankfield, Chapelton, and Spaldings. Chapelton, as the councillor indicated, one of the cleanest towns I've seen in a long time, and that's my birth town. So kudos to the team up there in Chapelton. But as it relates to Frankfield and Spaldings, the traffic nightmare is real. The spaces are really narrow, the streets, and we need to work on the parking facility. And I know in terms of the layout, there's a challenge there. So if you are tuned in and you have your own properties, or you know someone who owns properties that could be used as a transportation center for those spaces, not just Spaldings and Frankfield, but Kellits did indicate that they have that challenge as well. And I'm sure a number of our other towns might be going through that challenge. So let me implore you. If you do have space available, and you know of others who have space available, please reach out to the Municipal Corporation, CEO Ron Blake, 37th Road, and see how you can get some arrangement going so that we can take care of the congestion in those towns, because we do not want to see a situation where those fire trucks need to get through for emergency and they're impeded because of the double parking and all of those stuff in those towns. So let us do our part to alleviate the situation before it gets to crisis stage. That's my plea before we get into the discussion with our councillors. All right, so let's bring them on. So we did this earlier on with Frankfield, with Croftsdale and Kellits, and we're going to do it again where we have both councillors on screen. Welcome, councillors Romaine Morris and Radcliffe McDonald from the Mocho and Tollgate divisions, respectively. Gentlemen, welcome.
Thank you for having us, Ms. Witter. It's a pleasure to be here, and good night to you and your listeners.
All right. Awesome.
Thank you for having us, Ms. Witter. It's also a pleasure to be here, and I want to say good night to all my colleagues and friends, all members of the Municipal Corporation, the CEO, the CFO, the SOOP, and all officers of the corporation. I just want to say a happy and pleasant good night to all of you, the mayor and everyone from the corporation.
All right. Great to have you both as well. It's really eye-opening to have these kind of discussions to get the updates coming out of the different divisions, because I received this TikTok video earlier this week indicating that the local government representatives tend to go missing in action for a number of years until local government elections are coming up. But I am sure that's not the case with our councillors here. Is that so, Councillor Morris? Why do you feel that way?
Miss Witter, good night again. You know, persons may think that way because in every profession you have persons who are high performers, medium, and so and they carry out their business or their representation style maybe different from both of us, But and another part of it is that local government representatives tend to get a small part of the budget to carry out functions. And when you have situations like that, it can be frustrating at times. You have to be really creative in getting the job done and getting your manifesto carried out where the persons and your constituents can feel well serviced and appreciate the service. So persons may think that way, but I wouldn't say for all. And I think that is in the minority, not the majority, you know.
All right. Yes. So that being said, as it relates to engagement with the different communities in your constituency, Councillor McDonald, what strategy has worked for you in terms of getting your people involved, especially as it relates to making decision as to what projects you're going to be carrying out?
Well, we use like the WhatsApp group, and I'm a councillor that is on the ground. I keep in touch with my people. I drove through the division as regular as I can and keep each and everyone informed, and to see how best we can engage everyone and let them know what projects we're going to do and whatever works we will be carrying on in the division.
All right, great. And I know, Councillor Morris, you are into the digital side of things. Share with us, and for the other councillors who are not yet there, how that has been going for you and any other strategy that you have been using to engage your people.
Well, all right. So in Mocho, we do the underground where you meet and greet people. But what I found out is that when you go on the road, persons will come out and say, "But council a long time in this year." He said, "No, I was there just yesterday, last week. What's up?" So you have to find creative ways to meet up with your people and get the message across what is going and what is being done. So we do the WhatsApp group. We do the social media to spread the message and inform people. And sometimes people, they know the problem best. And sometimes they can share the solutions of the problem. And you just have to be the conduit to just get it done, So most of the time, that's how I operate in the Mocho division.
Yes, and based on my understanding of it, that's what representational politics is about, especially at the local governance level. It's really about getting the people involved, and they share in terms of what it is that they want to see happening in their space. So you're basically just representing the interest of the people in getting those things done. Isn't that so? Am I learning or am I learning?
Yeah.
All right. All right. This is how we do it here. So Cecilia is joining us from Longville Park. And we have one of our JPs, Pauline Henry Blake, who is joining us. Welcome, welcome, welcome. She is in, I'm trying to remember which of those Palmer's Cross community. We have Totnelia Ellis. Welcome, Miss Ellis, to the space. She is from Independence area, somewhere up that side. Very active individuals in their respective communities and carrying on the work of social and cultural and so many different areas. All right, so we have our community peeps here. So community engagement, and we do community engagement so you can help to guide the development in this space. And I see a lot of things taking place, even though some of your constituents might believe that is not enough, but there has been quite a bit of things happening in these different communities. So let's start with you, Councillor Morris. What are some of the projects that you have been working on? And just indicate if there are any challenges with any of these projects and how you have been able to address them.
All right. So as I said before, one of the biggest problems all we do the engagement is that we meet the people, and some of the times people don't know their problems. And you have problems such as water problem within the Mocho division. And when you meet with the people, when they find a solution to the water problem, it tends to be, a heavy project financially. And what you have to do in that case is that you have to maybe break it up in maybe phases. And so, well, you have to engage as this is a short-term plan, the medium-term plan, and the long-term plan. So what we do, for example, the water problem in Mocho, that we install tanks. We install about 18 black tanks that are filled like every fortnight, and these tanks now is like it acts as standpipes. So it reduces the burden on residents to have to go outside the community or rely on a truck to come. When the truck comes, then the problem, the whole chaos, And then phase two now is to engage the stakeholders, the central government and so forth, and see if we can get funding now to implement. That's the tedious part of it. That's a lengthy process. So the medium and to the long term plan that's always the problem, And then you have engagement where you see that empowerment within our space, because I believe the best way to develop a community and develop a country is empowering the people. So what it's been doing is through skill training and job placement, give a number of skill training programs, give a number of job fairs, hundreds of people from near and far come to these events and they get jobs. And what you can see with this, they had a level of independence. And with a level of independence, persons tend to change the whole perspective on life and how they operate and so forth. So that is one of the biggest engagement we have now, where you can see active over time. You can see changes in the way people behave and so forth. Persons are stigmatized Mocho over the years, and I tell people say, no, Mocho is this girl that needs a little makeup. And we started the process. We installed street signs. I come up with the ambitious plan of having Mocho having its own town center by the gas station there. I don't know if you've been there today. I love Mocho sign, because there's been stigma that affects some of us here in Mocho. So we're trying that to rebrand the community. We have Yendi Flips, who came up recently and said she loved the space. If you type it in on Google now, you see that Mocho Town Center, they come up with Yendi Flips and so forth within the space, saying, oh, Mocho is so clean. I hear Chopperton so that Chopperton is one of the cleanest towns. Mocho is right there coming up, because Mocho is one of the fastest developing space within Clarendon, and we intend to be to Clarendon what Mandeville is to Manchester. We believe that we have the views, and we have the views of the veer plane and all over. We just need strategic planning and so forth, and good promoting of the area. And I believe that persons will come in and invest, because that's when you have real and sustainable development, when they can have private sector and public sector coming together and taking over a space and say, well, this is where you're going to operate and make home or do business and retire. So those are some of the activities you're doing in Mocho.
Interesting. I am smiling from ear to ear, because we had the chairman for the St. Elizabeth Parish Development Committee on last week, sharing about rebranding St. Elizabeth, the breadbasket parish, and about the signs and the whole good stuff about taking the picture and posting it on social media. So it's good to hear that Clarendon, as usual, is out there.
Mocho is, I think, the newest town, because some people don't recognize that yet, But Mocho Town Center is the newest town to be added. It's a gene. It's maybe 10 years or 20 years to have it done. But once they just start, maybe the next 10 years or 20 years, we're going to have a prosperous town. We're having the Mocho Health Center being upgraded now. So I think the highest level of a health center, the next move is to a community hospital. We have within the Mocho Town Center, we have the Mocho Police Station coming up there. We have doctor office, we have hardware, we have supermarket, we have the Lennon High School, we have the Mocho Primary School, right within that space. And there's a developer now up there now building a mall up there in the Mocho Town Center.
All right,
It's the
hold on to
newest town.
that. We're gonna go into that. It's a good look. It's a good look
You have to
because
have
believe
ambition.
it or not, you might say that Mocho is one of the newest towns. But interestingly, Mocho is one of the most talked about space in Clarendon because of the
Yes,
stigma.
yes.
And as
But
they
when
say,
it,
any promotion is promotion, right?
Yeah.
yeah, but the thing is, because of a stigma, I don't want to take over your show, but because of the stigma, we can flip it and use the stigma to promote.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Let's just acknowledge some of our live audience before we go on. All right. So Mrs. Blake is reminding me that she's from Kennedy Grove. We have Romeo Mitchell here from Palmer's Cross, CDC. And we have a member of our business community, Mar Noble Wint, which is very interesting indeed. Mar Noble Wint from Clarendon Harwich down there in Four Pass, which might be in your zone, Councillor McDonald.
That's correct.
All right. So tell us, what are some of the projects that you have been working on in the Tollgate division?
Well, we have been working on a few projects. We have Rock, Dollar, Folly, Mount Terry, that we have a serious water problems there. So what I have to do, we go around and install black tanks to see how best we can assist the residents in getting water. Because I can't understand in this 21st century, people are still carrying water. They don't have drinking water. They don't have running water in their pipes. So I'm trying to see how best I can assist. And I've installed a lot of water tank. Since I become councillor, I installed about 32 black 1,000 meter tanks in that division to see how best we can assist those persons. And we get the water trucks, the parish council, they assist us in filling those tanks. Now, a lot of times they don't have the money to fill those tanks on a regular basis. So we see how best we can have them full as often as we possibly can. And I can tell you, the persons, them really, really and truly appreciate whatever I'm doing in installing those black tanks. We also, in the Tollgate division, I make it my priority to make sure that I install street signs on every street and every lane, every avenue, every circle, and welcome signs. When you come to the Tollgate division, every community that you go, you will see a sign say, welcome. Welcome to Tollgate, welcome to Racecourse, welcome to Osborne Store, welcome to Four Pass, and it goes on and on. Welcome to Rock, welcome to Mount Terry, and it goes, welcome to Dollar. So in my division, it is easy to find persons and to find the communities that you want to find. Because I've been to some parishes and you're lost. You don't know where you're going. But when it comes to the Tollgate division, I am proud and I'm happy to say Tollgate division is one of the divisions in the constituency and by extension in Jamaica that have the most street signs so persons can easily identify where they're going. If there's a fire, the fire brigade can easily find where they're going. If it's something happening with crime, the police can easily find their location where they're going.
All right. In addition to that, you have some, let's see, you have some fencing going on. Talk to us about that.
Okay. Thank you for reminding me on that. I tried my best to see how best I can make those parks. I I have made a park, 2 parks in Havana Heights, one in Crawl Road, and the tollgate square right there. I've made a beautiful park there, but because of the work that is taking place with the highway, you know, it is dismantled right now. So we are going to see how best we can put it back together.
So what's the purpose of this park? How will it benefit the community?
Yes, the purpose of this park is for persons to go there and have fun, play. They play football, and persons could go there with their kids in the evening, Sunday evening, and have them having fun, play, and enjoy themselves at these parks. So we could take some of the persons off the street, and they could go there in the evening and play football. They could go there in the evening and play whatever games they want to play and enjoy themselves.
All right. And this little space here, what's going on here? Where is this?
Okay. That little space right there is Havana Heights, when we was just started to install that little park right there. That is in Havana Heights, phase 2.
All right. Things going on there in Havana Heights, and we have the Project Star team working there in Havana Heights. Have you engaged the team as yet?
Yes, I had a meeting with that team, and Mr. Williams and I and the Member of Parliament, they were present there.
All right, that's good to know, because it's very important that you're all a part of whatever development is taking place in this space. All right, so Tatnelia is saying that she didn't realize that much was happening in Mocho. All right, now you know. And Romeo Mitchell is congratulating you, Councillor Morris, on the hard work you have been doing over the years. Mocho is a household name, so ensure it gets the growth it deserves. All right, you have a huge mandate right there. All right, so here's the part now where we need to help the viewers to understand. Both of your councillors share certain borders as it relates to the divisions, and a number of the divisions, if not all of them, are like that. So you'll have projects that overlap because you're serving. You have some people who have 2 councillors, and they don't see their councillor, because interestingly, I was talking to someone from up Thompson Town area, and I thought that Councillor Morris was their councillor, and I heard him shouting to someone in the background, "Who is the councillor again?" And that is one of the reasons why we're having councillors update. No one in Clarendon should not know who their councillor is. All right, so it's actually the Thompson Town councillor for that area, but you're representing Mocho division, and you have some adjoining areas. So Councillor Morris, talk us through the borders that you share, and then we talk about some of the projects that you've been working on together.
All right, so the border that we share, let's start off with Thompson Town. The border with Thompson Town at a place named Boynes Gate. That's north of the division. We border along the Boynes Gate road around to Richmond Park, around to Whitney Turn. You know, so that's the border north of the division to Thompson Town. The councillor there is Colin Henry, and then to the south of the division we border with Councillor McDonald in Mount Airy, Darlow, and Goshen. And then the Mocho division go right over to Longsville, New Longsville, and we border there with Maple North and Rock River division, Chapelton division, go right up to Woodall, Mount Providence, and Alexandria and Phoenix. So all those parts are part of the Mocho division. I am their councillor.
Wow.
All right, so projects now, and yes, some people have 2 councillors, but I am blessed to have to be surrounded by these councillors. For example, Councillor McDonald, I'm bothered with him in for example Goshen. For Labor Day, both of us partner up and say, well, let's fix this bus shed, let's put up this welcome sign within Goshen. And both of us know, maybe me alone couldn't do it with the funding that we got for Labor Day. But with both of us coming together, we were able to get it done. In Darla now, which have significant and severe water crisis. What happened in Darla, I just said, Councillor McDonald deliver water today, and maybe next week, Councillor Morris is delivering water the other week. So you have cases like that, Councillor McDonald may install a one tank, I install the next one along the roadway. The persons from both sides tend to benefit in cases like that. You have roadways that we border, because the road is tend to, you use the road to tend to use it as a borderline. And what happens from time to time, like councillors will partner up and use the resources or the allocation for road repair. And then when you have a case where two councillors coming together, you have double the money. So you have double the money, you have a longer stretch of road can get done. So that is one of the big benefits of having two councillors in the border, Yeah, so when you have good councillors working with, like the councillors I have working with, it's really a no-brainer. It's very easy to get the job done.
These are the stories I love to hear. This is the side of local representation that a number of people don't know about in terms of, and this is very important in terms of getting the work done. All right. Before Councillor McDonald share, I noticed that the comments are for individuals outside of these two divisions. So please share the link. So ensure that others from the division, so if you're on from the Mocho division or the Tollgate division, please let us know that you are here and share the link so others in the community can come on. And if they have questions, this is a forum where you can ask a question and give your commendations as well. All right. So Councillor McDonald, did Councillor Morris miss any of the partnerships that you have going on?
No, you have done well. We're border Darla, Monterey, Mocho, Darla, Monterey, Stewarton, right,
and Goshen. Yeah.
And he has done well. We work together on these borderlines. As he said before, he will fill the tanks this week, and next 2 weeks I fill them. So when we do things like that, it takes some of the pressure off the councillor. So I'm happy to have Councillor Morrison sharing the borderline with us.
All right, amazing. All right, so Mrs. Noble Wint is saying that she has seen the signs in the area and she's very impressed. Good job, Councillor Matt.
Thank you.
All right, fantastic. Oh yes, so we have a number of people who are connected from different locations. And just remember, one of the beauty about this space is that even after the live is finished, for those who are not able to join us live, they can watch the replay. So please share the link so others can see it. Good job, both of you. Keep it up. All right. And we still have some more information to share on the awesome stuff that's going on there. But of course, with the good stuff, there are challenges as expected. And one of those areas that keep coming up in these updates is the whole matter of streetlights.
Yeah.
So Councillor McDonald, what's going on with streetlights in Tollgate?
Well, in the Tollgate division, we are badly in need of streetlights. Since I become councillor, I got 10 streetlights from the ministry, and we have been promised another 10 streetlights. But up to date, we haven't got any other streetlight as yet. But we are badly in need of streetlights, and we also have some streetlight theft, because out of that 10 streetlight that I got, they stole 4 of them.
Wow.
Yes, persons see it fit to go around and remove 4 of our streetlights, and from time to time, persons ask about the street light, and I say to them, street light is one of the hardest things to get. When I can buy you a load of mall, or when I can do something else for you, I cannot promise you a street light, because we have no control over street lights. My division right now would do well with about 200 street lights. And madam, the truth is, in this time, in this 21st century, we shouldn't be having so much problems getting street lights in the community. With the crime and violence that is going on, we shouldn't be having so much problems in the community. And we would like the relevant authority to look into it and to take it very seriously, because it is a very serious cry to the persons in my division, an extension, the constituency, and Jamaica about streetlights.
Indeed. What's the picture in Mocho division, Councillor Morris?
Similar. We got the same 10, because the government sent 10 to each councillor. And sad to say, about the same 4 has been stolen. I remember when I came in as councillor, when I was first elected, there was a street light at a major intersection. We replaced it. It went, and these are the types of problems that we have. Similar to the Tollgate division, Mocho would do well with about 200 street lights to properly lit the areas. You have persons from time to time, they will have to turn on the outside lights and so forth. And even sometimes have to do some stuff that I can't really talk on your TV and your program to ensure that they have light to lit their community. It's a concern. I hear the Minister of Local Government made some commitments that more is coming. We await those lights. It's badly in need. I think I can speak to them for the entire constituency that we need some street lights, and I trust that they are coming.
Oh, I hope sooner rather than later, because based on the updates from the division so far, we are at number, we're in July, total of 14 divisions, and most, if not all, the divisions have these dark areas, too many areas without streetlights, and we need to take care of this. But explain to us, I don't think that was mentioned here on the program, even though we have been having these discussions from last year in terms of the how streetlights are allocated. In terms of the process, do you have info on the process, how it gets to the councillors? Because
is that a question for me?
For Councillor Morris, yes.
Okay. All right. So streetlights, even though it falls on the local government, it's not directly the purview of the council to procure these streetlights. Even for the paying of the bill, the JPS for these streetlights, it's not done directly by the municipal corporation. These are done by the Ministry of Local Government. All right. So when the procurement of streetlights is being done, it's done through the Ministry of Local Government and Community Development. And councillors will be engaged by JPS and to provide the location for the 10 streetlights. So council will come and the JPS team will come about, and then the procurement process is carried through. We'll identify the location, and then the team will come about and install. So it's not a direct link where the council can say, well, we need some streetlights now. We're going to engage JPS. It's not like that. It's the Ministry of Local Government who does the procurement and then engage councillors to identify the suitable location. And as I said before, the municipal corporation don't even pay for it, for the lights directly. It's paid for by the Ministry of Local Government.
All right. All right. Mrs. Henry Blake had a question. Can anything be done to secure these street lights?
Well, thank Ms. Henry Blake. JPS, when you have a meeting with JPS will tell you the mechanism they put in place. JPS put in GPS trackers in it, they put anti-theft devices in it, and these criminals are just clever enough to go up there, some way find themselves on the high tension wire, go up there, dismantle it, remove the GPS tracker, and then do whatever I want to do. I hear a report recently that says that some lights from Clarendon end up even in places like St. Elizabeth when the trackers are not dismantled, because the GPS trackers come back up and then they're located in outer parish. There are these situations, but GPS does install some devices in these street lights. Miss Henry Blake.
Right, which means that the community has to do some more in terms of protecting. So they would need to get those neighborhood watch groups actively engaged and being a part of an active watch to protect those things, because it's the communities that end up suffering when these things are stolen. Because for
Well, you
outside
have
into a community, there has to be someone in the community, some affiliation with the community for them to get access.
sometimes they come in disguises. Sometimes they come in disguises just as as electricians from the from GPS. I think they're in camouflage and disguise, and they use these vehicles that look like GPS vehicles and go up there and remove some of these. Like these are the descriptions we get from prisoners from time to time. You know, they come in these these are the forms they use.
Okay, which means that we still need to be a little more vigilant now that we know that what they're doing
So what
as community.
residents are saying is that sometimes you see these vehicles moving about, you think maybe the repair is being done or something, and then by the time the vehicle gone, the street light and the vehicle is gone.
Right, so they need to start using their devices to capture some of these images, since that is the case, so you can know what license plate and all of those good stuff.
You know,
That's a part of strengthening. What, Councillor McDonald?
Miss Witter, I always ask the question in the parish council if these lights are special lights, if these lights have mark on them, because from time to time we detect some of these lights on private properties, and I'm saying JPS need to do their job in getting the police move in on these private properties and make some arrests, because if you don't have a buyer, you won't have a seller. And not until we start to enforce these anti-theft, not until we start to enforce it and enforce it properly, these criminals will continue to steal these lights as soon as you put them up, because you have buyers is there ready and waiting for those lights. So as soon as JPS get the police and they start moving in on these properties, because these lights are special lights. These light doesn't sell in the electrical shop just like that. Special lights. So these lights should not be too hard to find. And the first 2 or 3 persons get arrested for these lights, I can bet you, person will start thinking
Reduce.
twice whether or not they should climb that post and remove those lights. And I've seen lights on property, and I'm prepared to take the JPS and show them those lights, let them check it out to see if those lights are their lights. And I'm very upset about it, because lights is so hard to get. I've been councillor from 2016, and I only get 10 lights from that time until now. So I'm very upset about it. And out of that 10, they stole 4 of them. So that is,
Indeed.
it's very hard,
Right. The
Yes.
JPS probably need to engage the JCF
Yes.
social media team, so they can get some more of these going.
Yes,
these
and
going out.
engage the Councillor McDonald, so I can show them where I suspect some of those lights might be on properties.
But
so
you
they
don't
can
have to
go and
wait
check it
until
out.
they engage you, Councillor McDonald.
But I engaged them. I told them about it to get in touch with me. And because I'm not afraid to show them, because I'm badly hurt about the light theft that is going on. And it's not only Tollgate and Mocho division. I can tell you.
Right across.
Right across, this thing is
Yes.
happening. And these persons are making some serious money off of these lights. And we have to put a stoppage to it.
That's right. All right. And that takes us into some of the environmental concerns for the division, because even with some of these stolen these different things that are stolen, it can end up being a hazard in the community when they do the scrapping and they dispose of them without any concern. Do you have any specific environmental issues that's your challenge with in Mocho, Councillor Morris?
Environmental issues within Mocho.
Yeah, like waste and those kind of things, disposal of the waste and all those stuff.
Before we got these shifted brand new garbage truck from the government, we used to have a severe garbage problem within the division. We see the NSWMA coming up. They do the spot cleanup and the roads are relatively clean within the space. You have one or two locations. You know, the next problem that we may have is the potable water, pipe water. You know, that is a concern where persons need, you know, constant access to water to carry out their daily function and carry out the hygienic functions as well. You know, but outside of that, there's no issue. Water is the number one issue, and you know, the garbage collection could be improved, but we see significant improvements since the 50 garbage truck has been imported.
Okay, and you don't have a lot of slash and burn taking place.
Not necessarily. It's not. Mocho is. We don't have a lot of that in our community. Persons normally use the bush or the weeds and use it as mulch for the farm. You know, because the primary income in Mocho right now is farming. There's been a shift. More persons are being employed, but there's still the primary earner income in Mocho is farming. The persons tend to use these stuff and do some farming.
Okay, wonderful. Councillor McDonald, what's going on down in the Tollgate division as it relates to environment?
Well, you know, from time to time, persons, you know, cut trees to do coal burning. And I know that's a part of their livelihood. But all I'm saying, if you cut a tree, plant a tree. Or if you cut a tree, plant 2 trees. So you can replace the one that you cut down to burn coal. On the garbage, we have persons, the garbage collection is improved since we get the trucks, as Councillor Morrison say, but we have persons still driving on the road, walking on the road, riding on the road, throwing the garbage through their car windows, through the bus windows, and it creates a problem. It causes flooding when rain falls, and you look at the drains to see how those drains is clogged up with the bottles and those plastic. Since the government come in with the banning of the plastic bag, we haven't seen much black bags, scandal bags in the drains anymore. But for the bottles, the soda bottles and all those type of bottles, it is really bad. And we are calling on the relevant authority to enforce that anti-litter laws, because there are laws on the books, you know, to enforce those laws. So those persons who are littering, and if you look at my street, the welcome signs, you will see, "Not dirty up Jamaica. Please keep Jamaica clean," you know, because I take pride in that. And I'm calling on the persons that are littering the street and littering Jamaica to stop from doing it. And, you know, Miss Witter, these same persons, when they go abroad, they don't throw garbage, they don't throw anything on the street.
All in line.
All in line. They fall in line. And some of them have this thing to say, "Oh, man, we are make work for persons to get job." Well, I believe those persons should be arrested, and those persons should fine and confine. They should spend some time in jail. And I'm calling on the relevant authority to enforce these laws. And I'm calling on the schools as well to teach the kids to
civic pride.
Yes, man. And I'm calling on the parents calling on the parents to also teach your kids civic pride. I can tell you, Miss Rita, my kids, they don't litter in because they knows that they must not throw any garbage on the street. I teach them that. I don't have to leave it to the teachers and the principal to teach them that. We must take responsibility as a parents. We must take responsibility. You know, I've seen persons throwing garbage beside police officers and they do nothing about it. Through the windows, their car windows, Miss Witt. And these things cause serious flooding in the communities and cause persons to get flooded out and stuff like that. And then they blame the government. But they are doing it. They have to take some blame. They have to take some responsibility for these things as well.
Yes, not just that. You mentioned that they said that they are creating jobs for others. Guess what? They're creating opportunities for the funeral homes to bury some of these people that get their lives lost because of these different hazards.
Yes,
that takes place. So we have to see the 360. But before you go, Councillor Morris, as the chair for the civic committee, is that a project that you can take on to partner with the schools, your councillors, and get this civic pride going in this space?
Yes, it's a project. It's a project where we can consider. I took note of the Ministry of Education reintroducing civic back into schools, which is a big move because that's a part of the maintaining our culture and our identity as Jamaicans. So yes, that's something that we could look into and sort of to the committee and see how best we can engage the stakeholders in executing.
All right, awesome.
You know, Ms. Rita,
time is running, so we're going to have to move to another area, but we have to take these questions before we go. All right, so Romaine is asking, what makes these streetlights special? Because I believe community members or groups would buy lights, but now I'm hearing these lights are special.
Well, from time to time, I ask the JPS representatives, I mean, is these lights, you can get these lights to buy anywhere? They said no. These lights are ordered from the States and they came down to Jamaica. So you wouldn't find those lights into a normal electrical place that do sell bulbs and lights like that. Those lights are special lights that come down with some form of different marks and stuff on it.
Now let me just add on that, Ms. Victor.
Go ahead.
Persons can engage JPS and purchase light out of pocket from JPS, and there's a process. You have to engage the local authority because now for the payment, I think persons have to pay for the 3 years upfront, and then after the 3 years has lapsed, then the local authority or the Ministry of Local Government and Community Development will take it over. But when you see a little man just come and put up a light now here, chances are, it's when a Councillor McDonald or Councillor Morris for that is being placed there.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So we can engage more around that so we can have a better understanding because the community can come together, get this done, but they have to understand the process of getting it done. And as it relates to only JPS can get these lights, initially maybe, but based on experience in the cable industry, Jamaicans do find a way to get some of these things done. So that's the reality. So we have to, yes, that's the reality. So we have to be mindful of that and deal with it accordingly. All right, Romaine has another question here. Does the municipal police still ticket people for littering? Because it's still a law, as far as I know, and the anti-littering.
I think, I don't know, you never asked,
I think,
but I think about, you want to take it up, Councillor McDonald, or you want me to answer it?
You could go ahead.
All right, I think about 2 weeks ago, a Jenko, I encountered a gentleman who was a $2,000 ticket, anti-letter ticket, and he came to the municipal corporation and was paying his ticket. You know, so yes, we do. And I think the GCF also has it on their books for ticketing, for littering. Well, I think more needs to be done to ramp it up, um, reduce that, especially in our town centers. There are persons that just drive and just wind down their window and straight out. Councillor McDonald and myself, as you mentioned, when I'm in my vehicle and I have garbage, I tend to just put it on the floor. When I reach my destination, see a garbage bin, I put it in the bin. You know, but some people don't believe that way in that way. And that type of crime is very hard to track down by the police. You have to take the civic classes to educate the country, the public, that hey, this is our home. Let's keep our home clean.
Interesting. The Mayor Maraj shared that he was driving behind this taxi and a lady just wind on the window and just tossed the thing out. So he actually did intercepted and asked the driver if he didn't see it happening, and they drove back and the lady picked it up. So we have to have some of these things happening, and we might have even have to take it further too, because it's very irritating when you see that happening. People just driving and just toss things out. No matter how small it is, it adds up because the wind takes it and it ends up where it creates additional disaster. All right.
You know, Miss Witter, there's not a
Yes.
day when I drive on the road and I don't see persons. If I have a badge, I could arrest 20 persons per day. That's how bad it is. And you want to tell me, if I as a councillor can see 10 or 15 or 20 persons.
Record them, councillor, and put them on social media.
You know, if
Use
I can see
social
so
media
much
for
persons
positive
throwing garbage,
reinforcement.
you want to tell me that the police can't see them? Can't see one or two of them and have them arrested and charged? Every day, there's not a day when I drive on the road I don't see people throwing garbage through their windows. That's how bad it is.
So we need to
It is infested.
engage the police on this. All right. So Ms. McPherson is confirming, yes, the municipal police still ticket persons for littering, and that team works closely with the Southern Parks and Market, SPM. And I believe SPM has something going now in terms of the littering tool, where it's actually providing tidbits on how you can secure your garbage until you get to your destination. Right. But these are some of the things we need to get our citizens doing. You see them with their mobile when people are on the verge of dying, recording and going on live. These are some of the things you need to go live with, because it might not seem like much, but it compounds. So you go live with people littering and you highlight it so that it can be taken care of. I bet you if one person goes viral with that, that person will never do it again. All right. All right, we are strapped for time, but we must talk about some of the economic development that's taking place. Councillor Morris, you started sharing earlier about development that's going up in the Mocho division. Tell us a little more about that, and if there's anything else economic-wise that's going on in Mocho division.
Economic-wise, well, as I said earlier, what we're doing within our space is that we believe that to get sustainable development, it's better to empower our people. So we engage both private and public sector to come into our space to carry out various empowerment initiatives in terms of job fairs, in terms of skill training and so forth. So far, we've trained over 1,000 residents in Mocho. We keep over 15 job fairs. We assist about 530 something assistant was telling me the other day to be placing jobs in the call center. We engage the JCF, the JDF, we engage the hotel industry. We use several agencies to come in and to keep these job fairs. And when persons say they don't have any money, because now they call the council charter a bus, and the bus goes around and pick them up and drop them off at the job fair and so forth. Because when you check it out, even the call center, the work from home, I have about 50 persons within the division now working from home. One of them told me that the pay is $120,000. So now we have $120,000 pumping into the division this Mocho that we're trying to jumpstart. We have from different other areas as well and different other sectors as well that these monies from external are now pumping into the community, and then we start to see economic change. We start to see people buying their cars. We start to see people building their houses. We start to see people can take care of the kids even better. It's a process, but you have to be strategic with it. You have to be patient with it and understand and study other places of how they grow and how we can get these results that we are looking for. As I said before, I see Mocho as the Mandeville to Manchester. I see Mocho as a place where people want to come and live in the next 5 to 10 years. That's what I'm aiming for. That's my objective. That's my overall manifesto for Mocho. Mocho is home for me. My father is from there, and I've been calling Mocho home for the past 20 years, 25 years actually. So Mocho is home for me. So that is the mission. We have people out there working now. I tell you, one of the sweetest things, Miss Twitter, is when a person that wasn't working, you engage with them, and then it's like a flower. You watch it blossom, and you see this person with them hairstyle, their nails, their clothes, and they get this new glare, they get this new confidence. A shopkeeper was telling me the other day, he said, Mr. Morris, I said, Tom can't trust on the shop what the 10,000 other stuff at the shop. Before you know, we only trust him enough, I mean, know where money I come from. But no. And then I laugh, because you can see where the money is moving from outside the community and coming in and spending in. And that's what we want. And then you hear the taxes. And that is sustainable. Persons think that when a politician come around and give a $500 or $1,000, that is it. But really and truly it's not. We need real injection, real funding to be pumped into our communities and spark growth and real growth, something that can last intergenerational.
Wow, amazing. That's awesome news. Councillor McDonald, what's going on economic-wise in the tollgate division?
Well, we have a lot of construction going on. Person can get work. We have the nation choice, where they employed a lot of persons there. We have the main juice beef companies in Clarendon Park, and they employ hundreds of persons. So persons from all over the division, even from Mocho, come there to get job. We have the highway passing through tollgate, the tollgate and the toll road. And I understand that tollgate got the name tollgate because back in the days, there was a toll road there. So now we redo it now. We're having another toll road in tollgate. So persons exit off the toll road and
come to tollgate.
And they can go on back to the toll road and go Kingston or Manchester or where they're going. And the toll road also employ a lot of persons from the community and from outside of the community as well. So I am really glad for that. And plus, a lot of persons have their small businesses. They have their drink, their bar and their hairdressing place. And, even Miss Noble Wint have our business that she employs persons from the community as well. And you have persons that keep their drink out and stuff like that. So tollgate, it is going. It is going. I'm happy to see the way it is moving. The round robin, and we're keeping the place alive, and things are moving in the right direction.
All right, amazing. And Romeo, skills training and assessment is something I have to commend Councillor Morris on. I've been to several assessments, and he's there with busloads of his residents. And that's really an awesome note on which to wrap, but we still have to hear what's coming up. Independence is in the air, Jamaica 61, and we want to know what's going to be going on in these communities, right? But commendations indeed, councillors, on the awesome work that you're doing. And just want to encourage the other councillors to see, because what Councillor Morris shared, it indicates that the access to internet connection seems to have improved significantly in Mocho if you have persons working remotely there and getting paid there. So there's really no excuse, right? So all of these developments taking place works hand in hand. So we want to capitalize on that and not just for them to go on social media. All right. Amazing stuff. So, Councillor McDonald, what's going to be going on down in Tollgate Division for Emancipendence?
Well, I could say there's not really anything special, just the normal party and people enjoying themselves and those drink out and a round robin and stuff like that. But we don't have a really big event coming up at this moment. But all those small events, it adds up, and people can enjoy themselves and celebrate their independence.
Yes, but remind them though that the school fees need to be paid and the children need to go back to school to save some of that money, right? Okay.
Yeah, man. The persons from the Tollgate Division, they are smart and intelligent persons, so they know that they must put their school fees aside for the school term that is coming up. They are aware of that.
Okay. All right. Coming out of the municipal corporation. As Councillor McDonald mentioned, round robins and parties, the CMC, which is the Clarendon Municipal Corporation, is taking the opportunity to remind persons to apply for their permits for all events 21 days before the event, which means you're too late if you're planning to have those kind of engagement that should have been in 3 weeks ago, or at least 2 weeks ago. All right. So that's a reminder. And there is a segment where we actually looked at permits. So you can look for the playlist if you're not familiar with the process to get a permit.
Yeah, and I'm glad, madam, that the corporation reminds them.
Yes.
Because from time to time, they call on the councillor, boy, I apply for my permit and him turn it down. But the councillor cannot do anything to that. But there's a committee that in charge of permits, and not because I'm the councillor or Councillor Morris is the councillor. There's nothing we can do towards the permit if it gets turned down. So all you have to do is apply for your permit in time.
Right.
So you won't get turned down because you doesn't have enough time in which you applied for such permit.
Oh, well, Ms. Smith, if you allow me, just add a note. Councillor McDonald mentioned the permits. The granting of permit is not solely vested with the Clarendon Municipal Corporation. Also, the Constable of Force, the police, are seeing it under the Knives Abatement Act. So, even if the council really wants to give you the JCS our input, so there's a committee that approves, that review. We have a competent team at the Municipal Corporation that carries out the investigation. And the JCF have a competent team there that carries out their investigation. And for whatever reason, from time to time, persons may deny permit to host an event. But I think for the most of it, the bulk of them, they're granted permit. It has to be an extraordinary event for a permit to be rejected.
Right. So we would have looked at the permit, the process from the municipal corporation side. There was also a discussion from the police and the fire department side in the community safety and security playlist. So you can look for that as well. So you can hear the police and the fire department side of it as to what exactly they check for. They went in detail sharing in terms of some of the things you need to consider and why some of these permits might be denied based on where they're being held and some of the things that you need to look for when you're getting ready to do your event. All right, Councillor Morris, time to share what's going to be going on in Mocho. Always have some
All right.
things up
All
there.
right. So I think Councillor McDonald don't play. You're gonna have the usual round robin and stuff, but I think Councillor McDonald for the every year, want to paint up his plates and the Jamaica colours and so forth, because we do it on the borderline all the time. I think he will be doing that this year, and I think we're going to partner up again this year for that Councillor McDonald. So we're gonna have that. Mocha have the usual round robin and drink out and festivities taking place within the area. We're gonna have our paint up and spruce up um Mocha activities same way in our major crossroads and in the Mocha town center. We're gonna have that done. We're gonna see if we can partner up with some local event promoters and see if we can have something for the kids and stuff. But it's Jamaica 61. Let's go, Yes, that's right.
Right, and here are the list of activities that will be taking place for 2023 Clarendon Emancipation and Independence. Sunday, July 30th, Thanksgiving church service at the Maple New Testament Church of God, 57 Manchester Avenue, starting at 9:30 a.m. Monday, July 31st, Emancipation Vigil at the Grace Baptist Church, 24 to 26 Sewell Crescent, 7 p.m. And on August 6th, Independence Day flag raising ceremony at the Maple Courthouse, 7th Road at 10 a.m. Sunday, August 6th, the Independence Concert and Street Dance at the Old Police Station on Main Street at 7 p.m. Rounding off on Monday, August 7th, which is the official day that we're going to be celebrating independence. So no work for those people who have a 9 to 5. And so in Crofts Hill, they're going to be having their annual Donkey Carnival concert and community street dance at 10 a.m. And I'm sure I saw something about a health fair that's going to be taking place up there in northern Clarendon. So you want to keep your eyes out for that. If you have relatives in that area, just make sure they go out and take advantage of these different opportunities. Councillors, thank you so much for sharing space with me here on the Serenity Resource Connector. This has been another Councillors update.
It's a pleasure.
Right?
It's a pleasure.
And
It's a pleasure.
yes, even though the councillors go on meeting break, they don't go on a break. They go on meeting break in August.
Councillors don't get vacations.
They go on a break from meetings in August, but we'll still have a program here in this space. We're going to be hearing what's been happening with our local sustainable development plans. So Lady Melba Reed McPherson and her team will be coming in to let us know what's been going on. The last update we got was in December 2022. A lot of things should have taken place by then. So we're going to be getting updates on that for 4th Thursday in August. All right. So thanks again for those who are able to tune in live and for those who are watching the replay. It's great to have you here. And remember, just to keep sharing. If you have not yet subscribed, please go ahead and do so. All right, set your notification and leave a comment. If you found this informative, please indicate on the page so others will check out what exactly it is that you found exciting. Like Totnelia wasn't sure about that all those good stuff was happening in Mocho. Leave it on the page as well in the comments on YouTube so others can come and check it out to hear what Councillor Morris had to share. And feel free to share clips too so others can see what's going on in our neck of the woods. Thank you again. Continue to stay safe and have a fantastic night.
Thank you, madam.
That's it.